2016 was the last time Arsenal finished in the top 4, and with many disappointing times as Arsenal fans since, it's time for me and Dad to rebuild them in Football Manager 2022. So let me start by thanking today's sponsor, Skillshare, more on them later, and bring in my Tottenham Hotspur supporting father as my assistant. Yes, Dad, we're back for rebuilds. Yep. Football Manager 2022 is out. It's only the beta version for now, but we are with Arsenal. Of course, you're a Spurs fan, so this is definitely a fun one to do straight away. Yep. We can also see as well, we have our On Mondays We Rebuild t-shirts. They are out now for you to buy down in the descriptions. Make sure you go and get yourself one. Nice. You can get blue and black. Very nice fits, aren't they? Yeah. Right, Arsenal then. First season. Let's see who we have brought in this transfer window. Okay. So, straight from the off, it must be said we're on the 1st of September. Usually, we go to the first game of the season, but Football Manager have added deadline day into the game, which, by the way, is a fantastic feature, but it changes how I do rebuilds now because a lot of players do not become available until the deadline day now.
Last day's so good, isn't it?
And it's so good on the game that we've decided to do it after that last day. So a few games have been played each season, and in the FM22, of course, we still have the Qatar World Cup. Well, that's going to go, I don't know. But next year, the 2022 season, we play a lot of games before, so we will see kind of how we've done. But first signing, Antonio Rudiger. To be honest, I can't quite believe Chelsea decided to let him go. No. He is a deadline day signing. So it did work out for us. And we picked him up for £21 million because he was transfer listed. Arguably Chelsea's best defender that they have right now, and he has been fantastic. I think he's a really good sign to start us off this rebuild. Yeah. Now, full disclosure, I actually only signed 2 players, both of them on deadline day. The other man was Kingsley Coman. Now, a little bit of a fact about Kingsley is I do believe every single season he has played in his professional career, he has won the league. Oh. Is that a sign, or are we going to break that? I think we might break that. But we have managed to get Kingsley Coman on deadline day for £18 million. It's so cheap, it's ridiculous, and that's why deadline day is so important. He realised he's not going to be playing for Bayern Munich. His agent approached us, wanted out of the club. We managed to pick up Kingsley Coman. Very good winger on this game.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
So, tactically, we're going to look like this. A 4-2-3-1, very standard, but we're going to go for a fluid counter-attack. I'm trying to stay away from gegenpress because we don't necessarily have the squad to do it. And now with the new match engine, stamina and having squad depth is very important. So we're going to go like this. Aubameyang up top, fantastic striker in the poacher role. Advanced playmaker, we have Martin Odegaard, possibly Arsenal's best player right now. And in goal, Aaron Ramsdale. I'm going to secure him because I think he's a better goalkeeper than Ben. No, he's no David Seaman, of course. No. But
Pat Jennings,
but a very good goalkeeper.
Bob Wilson.
You know a lot of goalkeepers, Master.
Good goalkeepers, yeah.
So what is your expectations for Arsenal, Dad? What do you think will be a successful rebuild in 5 years?
In 5 years?
Yeah.
We've got to win the league.
Yeah?
We've got to get back into winning the league.
I love how you're saying we as a Tottenham fan.
Yeah. And a European Cup. They've only ever won one European trophy.
And I don't think it was a Champions League, was
it?
it?
It was a Cup Winners' Cup.
Yeah.
So definitely the Champions League then.
Yeah. So, rebuilding the Gunners.
Do you know why they were called the Gunners?
I don't know.
They were actually formed by a factory work team.
Okay.
And they were all blacksmiths, and they used to make cannons.
Ah, Arsenal.
Yeah.
That makes sense now.
There you go.
So, at the end of the first season, we finish in 3rd place.
Not bad.
Now, I think that is a very good result considering how bad Arsenal have been recently.
Definitely, yeah.
And the teams we finish above, the likes of Chelsea, Tottenham down in 10th as well. So, I think the fans might be very happy with that.
Yeah, talking about fans, some really good famous fans as well.
So, you think they'll be happy with it?
Definitely, yeah. You got Mick Jagger.
Well, that's quite a good one.
Piers Morgan.
He's very vocal about Arsenal, isn't he?
Kevin Costner.
Yeah.
But the most important person that we must keep happy, we sing about this person at every cup final. The Queen.
No way she's an Arsenal fan.
She's an Arsenal fan.
That is fantastic. Would never have said that.
Yeah.
Now, in other competitions, we weren't so successful. 3rd round by Sheffield United. Oh. That's not a great result. And 2nd round in the Carabao Cup by Southampton.
Talk about Sheffield United, though.
Yeah.
Them and Arsenal,
they
were the first team to be broadcast live on BBC Radio, one of their games.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not bad.
And also talking about firsts, Arsenal were involved in a game which was the first game ever to be numbers as we know them now, where each person's got like a squad number type thing. Back in the day, one team was allowed to wear 1 to 11,
Yeah.
but the other team had to wear 12 to 22.
Really?
Yeah.
That is...
So they were
I
involved
would
in the
never
first
have
game.
thought that.
Yeah. And then one of the other first things that Arsenal were involved in, they were involved in the very first televised game
Right, okay.
by BBC.
Yeah.
And that was, funny enough, it was against Arsenal reserves. Don't know
Everyone
why.
wanted to see that match.
I don't know
Yeah.
why that was. But they were also involved in the first 3D game
Yeah.
against Manchester United.
That must have been recently.
Yeah, 2010 I think it was.
Okay, yeah.
Who won that game?
United.
Yeah,
Gotta
3-1.
be. Yeah.
But also, again, another first as well. Arsenal were the first team to name a full squad for that match day, foreign players, not one English player in.
That's one of the reasons why I dislike Arsenal.
Me too.
And not amongst other reasons, but still. So statistically, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, 27 goals he scored in 37 games. He is, of course, our talismanic striker. My only worry for this rebuild is, of course, we have 4 seasons left. He is known for his pace, and he is 32 now.
Yeah.
So we know physicals aren't the best. But a very good season for him. We had Kingsley Coman, a good signing. 11 goals from him. Bukayo Saka, we like him, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
Even though he's an Arsenal player, 8 goals from him. Average rating-wise was very similar. Martin Odegaard was our best average rated player. 7 goals and 9 assists, though. Hopefully we can get a little bit more out of him from that. So a few players on the outstad. Nicolas Pepe leaving. I don't think he's a good enough winger. We got Kingsley Coman now. He's fantastic. Not a lot of money for him though. That was a deadline day signing that we sold, obviously. Ainsley Maitland-Niles is a player. I was disappointed, but he was kicking off a bit. Lacazette.
Yeah.
Now Lacazette is on a lot of wages,
Yeah.
and he isn't good enough in my opinion on the game, so he left as well. So that's some big names, and we brought in £48 million, but we have reinvested it because of course we have Champions League football. Now starting off, I made a bit of a blunder. I've signed this player and he can't get a work permit.
No.
It's all those problems again. Brexit has really screwed us over.
Yeah.
The reason why I still went through and signed him though is because I'm really hoping we can loan him out, get that work permit, because he is fantastic. A striker, right? Get this, 6'7", right? He already is decent as well. 21 years of age.
player.
Yeah. 18 jump and reach. 15 strength, decent off the ball, 18 heading. I know for a fact that in this beta, target forwards are really good.
Yeah.
My aim is to get this guy in a target forward role. I think we can pepper in some goals.
We need him to get
So
that work permit.
yeah, we need to get that work permit. However, could not get a loan deal. Nobody came in for him, so that's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
Second signing I made, Paulo Bernardo. Now, this guy is a good youngster that I know is very decent, has a decent potential. We've bought him, but we've loaned him back to Benfica. When I signed him, and this must be a new feature, when I signed him, they asked after the transfer was being done, and they had already accepted the deal, if they could loan him back. And I thought it was a lovely touch, so I accepted it. I thought, wow, that's really cool. So yeah, I accepted it. So he is going to stay on loan at Benfica, but he already is decent.
Yeah.
But I think we've got some good enough players to juggle around before we integrate him into the team. 20 years old, Portuguese. The signing we made was only for £20 million, so that's not a bad deal. And he's already played 3 games for Benfica at the start of the season, because remember, we're in the Qatar World Cup year. We have played a few games already. We'll touch on that in a sec. But our talismanic striker is a Brazilian. We love a Brazilian. And it is Gabigol. Of course, I've got his shirt as well. One of my favourite strikers in Football Manager, and he's fantastic. Really like this guy. He is going to be our new number 9, our talismanic striker.
Arsenal had some good number 9s in their time.
They've had some fantastic strikers in their
my
times.
favourite back in my time, Charlie George.
Yeah?
Brilliant striker. Then you got Ian Wright.
Oh, Ian Wright, fantastic.
Dennis
Non-league
Bergkamp.
one as well.
Dennis Bergkamp.
Bergkamp.
Look, you can't beat Thierry Henry.
Thierry Henry's the
Henry.
best. Arguably
200
the best ever Premier League striker.
I think so,
Arguably,
yeah.
he's up there, isn't he?
Yeah. He scored 228 goals for Arsenal.
Good God.
And he came in as a winger.
Yeah, unbelievable stuff. Arsene Wenger, genius.
Yeah.
So tactically, all I am doing is sticking Ramsdale in goal. Because we've still got Aubameyang. And it's not to say he is going to be forced out yet. He's good enough to still play, of course. He's 27-goal striker. But now we have Gabigol. It's an option.
Yeah.
Whereas last year, I don't think Lacazette was good enough to be putting him in. So we're leaving it. We're keeping the same formation. It obviously worked quite well. He finished in 3rd place. And we, of course, we have already been playing games. Now, every single game that I have not been playing myself. I stick to simulating. I just simulate that day in holiday. That's how I'm going to go forward and do it. So schedule-wise, this is what we have been looking like. We have played a lot of games already. We started off with a 0-0 draw in the Premier League, a 1-0 win in a London derby against Chelsea. That's not bad at all.
No.
Albert Sambi Lokonga getting a very early goal. Norwich, a 4-1 victory. A draw against Bournemouth, that's a bad one. 1-0 against Brighton, then I cannot wait to show you this one because it's a 4-0 win against Spurs.
I've seen that on another one. No.
Whereas Gabigol got 2 goals as well. We backed that up with another 4-0 win against Newcastle. Of course, you have all the money this year. This was interesting to see how they do in Football Manager. And then we continued scoring 4 goals with a 4-1 victory in another London derby against West Ham.
What's the one in the beginning of the season? 16-0.
16-0. We played someone called Woodlands, which is a local theme park around our area.
It is. That's what I was looking at. Who scored the goals in that game then?
Well, it's just Alexander Lacazette. He scored 5 in one game.
Nearly as most. Ted Drake scored 7 in one game against Aston Villa.
Really?
Yeah, and they won 7-1.
Well, we scored 16 and he got 5. So imagine if Ted Drake was playing in this, all 16 of them. So the second season, Dad, we have finished in 3rd place again. So, I mean, it's consistent and consistently in the top.
Again, though.
Yeah.
By a lot again.
And I think fans would be happy about this because Arteta isn't exactly doing this, is he? I mean, what do you think of Arteta?
I like him. He's going to bring in a lot of Pep's sort of ways, I think.
He's got a lot to prove.
Yeah, he's got a lot to prove. But I hope they stick with him. I mean, when you look over the managers over Arsenal at the time, they gave him time and things like that.
Yeah.
I mean, you're George Graham.
Yeah.
He was a good manager. He won quite a bit. And then you got Arsene Wenger.
Yeah.
Look, when they stick with managers, eventually things start going right for them, and then they start being, doing well.
Yeah.
When they're changing managers quickly,
things
what's happening at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah,
They're not,
absolutely.
They're not a good team at this present moment.
And they wanted, obviously, Arsene Wenger out a lot of times, and maybe they would kind of regret that. They wish they had an Arsene Wenger now.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Other competitions, though. Semi-final of the Champions League against PSG. Of course, Lionel Messi's PSG. Quarter-finals of the FA Cup by Tottenham. And Carabao Cup by Tottenham. I knew you'd like that one. I knew you'd like that one. Yeah. You were like this. Yes, in the changing rooms after the game. Champions League was to be played still. PSG versus Inter Milan. Fantastic Champions League final. That was won, by the way, the previous season by Bayern Munich. Lewandowski. Unbelievable.
I'm going to give you another fact on Inter Milan.
Okay.
Arsenal are one of the few teams that beat Inter Milan and AC Milan on their home ground in the European games.
That is quite a good fact.
Yeah.
Goals-wise, Gabigol has brought them 37 goals for Gabigol this season. Kingsley Coman with 13, so it does look like, of course, Aubameyang has been phased out. He didn't play that many games at all, only starting 4 games, comes 16 off the bench, only scored 2 goals.
Yeah.
So he is rocked by the Gabriel Barbosa signing that we made. Emile Smith-Rowe, 10 goals, 8 assists. He is like an Arsenal-born player.
Romford Pele.
He's like the Romford Pele, Ray
Power,
Parlour,
yeah.
another fantastic
Yeah,
Arsenal
good, yeah.
legend, to be honest. That is kind of Emile Smith-Rowe this season. Okay, on the outs, Ben White leaves. Centre-back, of course, who's just signed in real life.
Yeah.
We have replaced him, though, so don't worry about that. Eddie Nketiah, Gabriel Martinelli, a good, youngster. There's a reason, because I don't think he's quite developed well enough. Granit Xhaka, Arsenal fans will be pleased that we're getting rid of Granit Xhaka. And a few others, to say the least. Building £75 million. We're keeping up that money because we are also spending loads.
Yeah. They're the Leicester team there, though.
Yeah.
Arsenal recorded the biggest score in a draw. 6-6 against Leicester.
God, what a game that is.
Yeah.
So the replacement, really, for Ben White is Omar Saleh, who's a very good centre-back on this game. Young French, and he's developed quite well in the first couple of years.
Arsenal have had some good centre-backs, haven't they?
Good God, they have, yeah.
Tony Adams.
Yeah, fantastic. Martin Keown was another one.
Yeah, and then you got Sol Campbell, really. I mean, he was going to be a legend at Spurs. So remember we went and watched that England game?
We did.
We
Front row, weren't we?
Yeah, Anfield, and he stood right in front of us, and he got the ball, but it was right in front of us. And we just
absolute ginormous bloke.
I think the floodlights went out for a second.
It went dark where we were.
Good player.
Huge
I wish he had
player,
stayed at Spurs, I must admit.
Yeah. Next in was Federico Chiesa. Of course, this guy tore the Euros up.
Yeah.
He was fantastic for Italy. And hopefully he can do the same for us. That's the reason why we sold Martinelli. We're bringing in Coman last year. We've brought in Chiesa this year. He is a world-class winger, in my opinion.
Squad now,
exactly, yeah. Martinelli's good, but this is like elite level. So, I mean, it costs us a lot of money. £16 million from Fiorentina. Interestingly, obviously, he had 2 loan deals at Juve. who had an option to buy him. They chose not to. So I managed to get him for £60 million. That was a big deal, but also Ruben Neves.
Ooh.
Yes, I like Ruben Neves.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
Wow.
somebody who I'd love Man United to sign in real life. He is again an elite midfielder, still at Wolves when we signed him as well. £49 million. He's played in the Premier League for a long time now. He gets his big club move, and I hope that we can win something under Ruben Neves. So that brings our summer tally this season to just over £140 million that we spent. So that's not bad at all. Of course, a couple of them done were very late, including Chiesa. That was a deadline day transfer. Let's have a look at some of the results that we have had at the start of the season. So we've only played 3 games. First game was the North London derby. It was a 2-2 draw against Spurs. Son scored in the 89th minute. Your boy, Sonny boy.
I like him.
Yeah, and then we of course had the Southampton game right after. Chiesa on the score sheet. Chelsea, a 3-2 victory with Gabriel Barbosa scoring a hat-trick, including 2 in the 86th minute and the 94th minute.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, we're on our way to a 2003 season there when we were the Invincibles.
The Invincibles,
We didn't
exactly.
lose a game.
No.
Who stopped that run though?
Manchester United.
After 49 games,
49,
yes.
Ruud van Nistelrooy penalty, I think it was, and he
Yeah.
went up and celebrated in front of Martin Keown.
Yeah.
One of my favourite moments of the Premier League.
That was a bit, yeah.
Bit ropey, yeah. So the end of the 3rd season, we're still in 3rd place. I know, we're very stagnated. I mean, another club has won the Premier League, which is quite amazing. So Manchester United have won it. Liverpool finished in 2nd place. There
Still
we
not
are.
even close though, really, are we?
Now we're a little bit of a step off, to be honest, but we're sticking Champions League, and that's what I like about it. Now in other competitions, Champions League, we were knocked out in the 1st round, unfortunately. Quarter-final of the FA Cup by Manchester City, runners-up in the Carabao Cup. Yeah. We lost to Chelsea in the final, so that's unfortunate. Newcastle won it last season, which is quite interesting. So yeah, unfortunate. Let's have a look at the squad then for statistics, because we didn't score as many goals as we have done previously, and I think it's because we're not filling the roles. We still had the same as what we had last time, where we didn't fill the roles, and Barbosa only scored 24 goals this season. So the fact that we managed to finish in 3rd place with him only scoring that amount, I think that's quite good. Chiesa managed to score 16, and assist-wise, 23 for Martin Ødegaard. He is wanted, though, I believe, from some big clubs. So that could be something we have to think about.
No money they got.
Yeah, and he is our highest average rating player yet again in the season. Yeah, Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of classes of all types of creation to help you develop and learn new skills. Such as maybe you want to create your own YouTube channel, this is a place to be to help you do that. Whether it be how to shoot the footage, edit the footage, maybe even create some thumbnails, Skillshare has you covered on all bases. The main one, which I would suggest taking, is the class for Marquez Brownlee on YouTube Success. I think it's definitely the best look into how he plans, creates his videos to reach millions of people. You'll learn so much like I did. And there are no ads in Skillshare, meaning your experience is completely uninterrupted, which is perfect, of course. You don't want to be interrupted while you're learning. And there is subtitles in many different languages: Spanish, French, Portuguese, and even Dutch. And Skillshare kindly give me an offer to give to you. For the first 1,000 people who click the link down below, you get yourself a free month's trial. And then I guarantee you'll sign up, because it's really good. Skillshare. Have a look. So, on the outs, Gabriel was our biggest out. He went to Real Madrid, £35 million. There's a reason another centre-back has left. We'll talk about that in a sec. But we have managed to bring £47 million into our transfer kitty, but I'm pretty sure a lot of that went back out.
Yeah.
A big signing that came in, our first signing, Declan Rice.
It's a good signing.
Absolutely, yeah. World-class midfielder in my opinion. What I like about him is not only is he really good at passing and has everything that you want as a midfielder, but as a defensive player.
Yeah.
17 tackling.
What an engine as well.
Yeah, unbelievable. I mean, in the Euros, like some of the games, him and Calvin Phillips carried us through those games.
Yeah.
Really good midfielder. Towering guy as well, and I think like this is his big move again. Like I mentioned in the previous year, it's his big move. From West Ham, only £43 million. That's in the last year of his deal, and I offered a little bit of extras as well. And he's played 3 games for us already, 3 assists. and a very high average rating.
7, yeah, that's good.
So yeah, he's been doing really well. And only one more sign in this transfer window, because we've got to that point where we don't need to fill out a squad anymore. We've got the squad.
Yeah.
Bastoni. Now here's the reason why Gabriel left, because he is a left-sided centre back, and he is so much better than Gabriel. He has the mentals, his physicals, every single one of them above 15.
All the greens on there.
Yeah, I mean, he studied under Conte and turned into an incredible player.
Good manager.
Absolutely. So, I mean, look at the attributes that he has. There's not really a weakness with Bastoni, and he's only 25. Like, if we did a 10-year rebuild, he'd still only be 32 at the end of it. Unbelievable stuff. And we only picked him up for £50 million, which totals up to 66 in potential costs eventually. So, a very good signing. Yeah. Tactically, we're looking very similar, but I made sure I secured Gabriel Barbosa up front. However, he is injured for the first part of the season, out for 2 to 4 weeks, and he has been injured from the few games that we have played already.
Yeah.
So I think Chiesa's been coming in and out as a striker, which is not a bad thing to say. That it's like he can do the job there for the time being. However, in those games, Ramsdale's still in goal, by the way. In those games that we have been playing, we have played 3 games. We have scored so many goals and haven't conceded one at all. Not bad at all, is it?
Not bad start
Leicester,
at all.
at the start, 5-0. Battered them. Go back home.
Oh,
yeah,
5-0.
5-0. Southampton, 4-0. I mean, look at the goal scorers as well. We're just like scoring goals from all over the pitch. 5 different goal scorers there. One of them was an own goal. Second game, I mean, Erdegaard got 2, Chiesa, Lokonga, even Balogun came on and got one as well. And then Southampton, a 4-0 victory. Declan Rice gets one, Erdegaard, Coleman, Chiesa. Goals everywhere across the pitch, and yet we still didn't even have our striker in the pitch.
Yeah, good start.
Right, let's see how we do at the end of season number 4 then.
Come on.
So, season number 4. Get in! Premier League winners. 94 points.
Yes.
Everything is happy. Let's take a look at the league table a little bit more, because we have dominated. Only lost 4, only drawn 4. The ones that we lost, Liverpool, Newcastle, who had the money. Yeah. Villa can always be a difficult game. Yeah. And away to Chelsea. So a London derby, that's not bad. The games that we drew as well, Liverpool, West Ham, Southampton, Man United, all tricky games. All of them 1-1. So we're not conceding many goals at all. We only conceded 15 goals in the 38 games.
That's
Bastoni, what a player he is. Umar Saleh, what a player he is. Defensively, we're looking really good.
Signings.
But of course, we have other competitions. We are yet to win a cup outside of the league. Now we've won the league, we're yet to win a cup. And we have finally done that, because we are Champions League winners.
Hey, we've done it.
Beating Real Madrid 3-2 in the final. What a season this has been. I mean, let's take a quick look. We didn't do very at third round in the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup. We'll ignore that, because I think Arsenal fans will be happy.
100%.
Barbosa, hat-trick in a European Cup final. That doesn't happen very often.
What can you say, no?
Absolutely. A 9 rating for his 3 goals. We were 3-0 up against Real Madrid. We are cruising. They scored 2 in 2 minutes, and then we were like, shit.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. Let's get that. So, I mean...
To a cheap
Exactly. Bastoni actually had a bad game in that one, probably because we conceded very
2
late.
goals, yeah.
But what a result. Absolutely, what a result. In a game in which they looked like they dominated, they had the most possession, they had the most shots, we were just a lot more clinical. We've got Gabby goal. That's the difference. And goals-wise, he scored 40 goals in just 49 games, so he missed the start of the season. He still made up for it. 10 assists as well. It was quite good for him, to be honest. Chiesa chipped in with 24. That's obviously helped as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Emile Smith-Rowe getting double figures as well. Assist-wise, Ruben Neves is an assist machine. He also has the highest average rating of this season, so what a signing Ruben Neves has been.
100%.
Bringing in that type of calibre of player. I mean, the ratings, we got so far down before we go less than a 7, which I think is fantastic. But Gabigol is just getting better and better for us. He is our elite striker.
He's
28 now.
We love our Brazilians.
He's the Brazilian that we were looking for.
Yeah.
29 total goals across the Premier League season, which is his highest so far in just 35 games. So on the outs, a couple of big names going out.
Yeah,
Bukayo Saka, £87 million to Chelsea. It's a lot of money.
Don't like selling players so you bring in local rivals.
No, that's the trouble, but it was a lot of money. Kingsley Coman going out as well, who's obviously been a great player for us, to Manchester United, £43 million. But what have we done on the ins? Because that's what's most important now. So I've brought in another centre-back, and arguably one of the best centre-backs on the game at this point in time is 24-year-old Wesley Fofana from Leicester.
Yeah.
Very good player already in real life. Young
French
player. They've got a few young French players. We signed Umar Saleh. He's decent as well.
I like Brendan Rodgers, though. He's a good manager.
Yeah, he can pick a talent out as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
6'3", really good physicals. That jump and reach is scary. Great positioning. He is one of the best centre-backs on the game, and I'm not even exaggerating that. And we picked him up for £56 million, and that's total costs. So that's a really good sign for them. I think Leicester are struggling in the league, and of course, we're a big attraction now.
Oh, you definitely are.
Sandro Tonali also joins us, a very good Italian midfielder. Again, we're picking up these players who are very young still. If we were to do a 10-year rebuild, we'd be laughing the amount of players and talent that we've got. World-class midfielder from AC Milan, 25 years of age, and we can see we only paid, well, we only paid 92 million. We paid 92 million, but I mean, it's Sandro Tonali. It's going to be worth it. These are the
we're the European champions.
We're the European champions. This is where like you go from, instead of filling holes where you need players, it's just like small upgrades. You have to pay the money for them.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately,
the best, you've got to pay the top, haven't you?
Speaking of the best, this is the best signing I think I've ever made on a rebuild, and it's a deadline day deal. This is why I wanted to include the deadline, because this transfer would never have happened if it wasn't for the deadline.
You haven't signed Harry Kane, surely?
Definitely not. I have gone and signed Bruno Fernandes. What a signing! And there I was saying, if we were in 5 more years, we'd be fine. I'm signing all these 25 years players. He's 30. I don't care, because he's Bruno Fernandes.
He's a good player.
I mean, my favourite Manchester United player right now.
Want him?
He is fantastic, and he has things like leadership, which I think this team started to struggle with. So I started looking out for it. And on deadline day, the agent said Bruno Fernandes might be looking for a new deal, and I thought, yes, all right. So I've brought him in. I mean, what a signing!
You look at his work rate, 18 and 30.
It's so good, 18 work rate, leadership 18, natural fitness and stamina both 18. That's stuff that you just cannot teach, and you can't improve on this game. And yet he is one of the best midfielders.
I'll give it to you, mate. That's a good sign.
That is a fantastic signing, and we paid £87 million, the same amount that we sold Bukayo Saka for.
Well, fair enough.
And there's a reason why both the wingers left the club. Okay, because do you remember earlier on when I said Lorenzo Luca?
Yeah.
I managed to get a work permit for him. Finally, I managed to get a work permit for Lorenzo Luca.
Last season.
So we have changed the tactic, and we're going for this.
Ooh.
Yes, we're going for something very different. The two at the back. We've got two of the best centre backs in the world right now. Fofana, Pastone. We have got some very good wing backs. Kieran Tierney. We got Tomiyasu. I'm also teaching Chiesa to play complete wing-back because his crossing's very good. But this is what I'm most excited with. We have got I think we've got about 6 to be honest, world-class centre midfielders. Bruno Fernandes, not attacking midfielder or on attack. You just do you. You don't have to worry about anything else. And in front of him, he has Gabigol. He has been scoring goals for us all the time. And Lorenzo Luca, who hasn't played a game for 2 years or something like that. And then we loaned him to Lille. After not playing a game for 2 years, he scored 15 and 26.
That's good, then.
Gets himself a work permit. Here he is. He is incredible. I cannot wait to see how he does in this rebuild.
24 now, so he can be a lot stronger as well.
Absolutely. So we've played a few games. Let's take a look at how we've been doing. So in those few games, we've had a few mishaps, to be honest. Man City in the European Super Cup, however, we did beat them in the Community Shield, so trading them off. Leicester, again, we played them very early on. Again, we discarded them 1-0. Emile Smith-Rowe got the goal. 3-0 against Newcastle. They might have money, but they still don't have the ability that we do. Barbosa, Lorenzo Luca, and Emile Smith-Rowe.
Bournemouth again.
Bournemouth, yeah. We lost to Bournemouth. It's a bogey team.
Yeah.
But we have Tottenham up next, interestingly.
Yeah, I've just seen that.
And we have a Champions League group of Ajax, Atletico Madrid. We need to make sure we can overcome that very soon.
And you've got Tottenham again in the cup.
Tottenham again. Manchester United in between. We've got a very hard start. Come on, season number 5. We got a lot to retain now. And the final season sees us as champions again.
Get in.
Look who our top scorer is, by the way. Lorenzo!
Hey!
Yes, our Italian 6'7". We'll be like this. Well done, mate. Well done, you do really well.
I'll take my hat off your son. Highest average rating.
Bruno Fernandes, most assists. Bruno Fernandes. Yeah, what a player. What an absolute player. Of course, let's take a quick look at our form at the end of the season now. Won it because we won the season just by 3 points and Man City lost that last game. So it was a tight one, to be honest. We did concede a lot more than what we did previously, but that's because of how attacking we were. Trying to create those chances.
Yeah, but look how many goals we
scored 100 goals. Like that's just ridiculous.
No one touches on that, do they?
Absolutely not. Yeah, we scored 14 more goals than second place Manchester United in the league, so absolutely obliterated them. We had the most shots easily. We dominated all of those statistics. In other competitions, though, it wasn't to be. We come up against PSG again in the Champions League, first round knockout. That's just an unfortunate loss, to be honest. Quarter-final of the FA Cup. Arsenal's history in the FA Cup, and yet we have not even got to a final.
I'm disappointed with that because one of the things with Arsenal, they've won the FA Cup the most.
Yeah.
But one of the facts with Arsenal in the FA Cup is they played in. The only thing I've ever remembered happening is the same team in the League Cup final and the FA Cup final in the same year.
Oh, really?
Sheffield Wednesday.
So it's the same match?
Yeah.
Oh,
Sheffield
right.
Wednesday it was.
Yeah.
And there was something funny that happened as well. Steve Morrow scored the winning goal in the League Cup final. They won 2-1.
Yeah.
And celebrating after the game had finished, he was on Tony Adams' shoulder.
Yeah.
And Tony Adams dropped him and he broke his arm.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So he missed the FA Cup final.
Oh, no.
Which
Did
they
won 1-1?
They won 2-1 again.
Oh, well, at least there's... But, gee, that's bad, isn't it?
But that's the only time I can ever remember it happening. It might be the only time it's ever happened.
Yeah.
The same two teams in the cup finals.
Sheffield
of that
Wednesday
year.
is a bit of a random team to be in there as well.
Yeah,
Were they Premier League team at the time?
Yeah,
Oh,
they
okay.
were, yeah.
Oh, fair enough. But yeah, I mean, yeah, the most ever FA Cup winners, and we can't win one in that time. Not even getting to a final. But I think what we have done, 2 Premier Leagues and a Champions League, Arsenal fans can be very happy with that.
Definitely,
yeah.
The Queen would be giving
The
us
Queen
honours.
would be buzzing for that. Yeah.
Honour you, yeah.
Fire in the cannons, as she will. Let's take a look at some statistics then, because Lorenzo Luca got 38 goals, Gabriel Barbosa got 37. So, yeah, Barbosa's like, what? He's really annoyed that this young Italian guy came in. 7 assists for him, 10 for Barbosa, but Bruno got 22. And he, of course, was the highest average rated player in our team. What a team that I've managed to build for this rebuild. I had so much fun doing Arsenal because it's a little bit different, I think, and I struggled at certain points.
Yeah.
First 3 years, nothing.
Yeah.
Finishing in 3rd place all time, and it ended up quite a good one. So, success.
Definitely.
Yeah, do you have a little bit more of a liking now to Arsenal?
No.
We'll end on that note. I'll see you next time for another rebuild on Monday. Make sure you pick up your shirts, link down in the description, and watch this video next. Bye bye.